Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be sharing our project for this year's STEMathon, Our City. I'd like everyone to imagine with me a bustling city, teeming with life, innovation, and potential. The streets are vibrant, the parks are inviting, and every neighborhood whispers the stories of those who call it home. But the barrier to achieving this atmosphere today is that a crucial voice often goes unheard, the voice of the youth. Now let's picture a world where this disconnect no longer exists, where the youth aren't just spectators in the city building process, but rather the driving force behind it. This is where our project, Our City, comes into play, a web application built to revolutionize how we perceive youth engagement and community development. We're here to bridge the gap between youthful aspirations and tangible action, between the longing to build a better future and the tool to actually craft it. What sets us apart is not just our mission to empower the leaders of tomorrow, but our commitment to reshaping the narrative around youth participation. At our city, we want to change the perception of youth as lesser passive participants to that of youth as capable, active coworkers. Next, we're going to introduce our team very quickly. My name's Rahima.
My name is Eliza, and our third group member is Azika.
Here's some of the topics that we're going to be covering in our slideshow. What do deforestation, global warming, air and noise pollution, and inadequate housing have in common? All of them may be pretty different, but all are products of an unsustainable city. With the world's population surging, there's a pressing need to construct modern, sustainable cities that cater to all. That's why we've chosen to focus on Sustainable Development Goal 11. The goal focuses on the creation of ideal cities that are safe, clean, and environmentally friendly. As the world population grows, it's important that we come up with modern solutions to create better lives for people moving forward, and young people will have a key role to play in that.
The world is home to 1.8 billion young people between the ages of 10 and 24, the largest generation of youth in history. Young people are increasingly aware of the challenges and risks presented by the climate crisis and of the opportunity to achieve sustainable development through innovative strategies. Not only have they witnessed firsthand how the world is affected by climate change, but they also have the agency to make a change in the fight against it to create urban spaces that are accessible, inclusive, and sustainable.
But what necessarily is the problem we're facing? What stops youth from engaging in city improvement? To name a few, various barriers such as socioeconomic status, language barriers, and lack of access to resources, which can hinder young people from actively participating in initiatives relating to clean cities. For example, policy and decision-making. Youth lack representation in policymaking, leading to urban plans ignoring their perspectives and needs. Furthermore, there are cultural and generational divides. Cultural norms and generational differences discourage young people from participating in sustainability projects driven by older generations. There are also missed business opportunities where businesses overlook chances to lower their carbon footprint, optimize resources, and embrace circular economies due to insufficient youth input. There is also a resounding lack of awareness as many youth are unfamiliar with the concept of green cities and the significance of sustainable urban development. There truly is a power in this youth engagement, which we seek to highlight through our presentation. In an article, youth were asked to name the features present in cities that they wanted to see in and live in. Their answers included categories like accessibility, creativity, and culture, renewable energy, and more.
In response to the urgent need for sustainable cities and climate action, we designed a solution, a platform where voices matter and solutions come to life.
Our City is a web app designed to foster sustainable cities and communities while tackling the critical challenges of climate change. This platform is more than just a website, as young people have the power to change the world they inherit and build a more resilient and environmentally aware future. Whereas they may think their insights would not be listened to otherwise, through our website, youth have the option to fill out a form and then their input would go directly to the respective city official. Our City is your platform to engage, express, learn, and make a difference.
We'd also like to highlight the user needs and business objectives behind our project. The user needs are youth-seeking avenues for meaningful engagement in city-building projects, and we provide them resources and guidance through our tools like our Innovation Toolkit, as well as mentorship with urban planners and our partner companies. The business objectives are to create a community that fosters collaboration and idea sharing and facilitate the transformation of innovative ideas from youth into tangible projects that can impact communities. One of the primary features of our website is our innovation form, which allows youth to share their ideas for contributing to their local community or city's infrastructure. Submissions can be in either written or video format designed to appeal to today's youth. Our team begins by reviewing each submission for its alignment with sustainable development goals, and each proposal then undergoes a thorough feasibility assessment, and the potential positive impact of the idea on the local community, environment, and quality of life is evaluated. This could involve estimating reductions in carbon emissions, improvements in air quality, enhanced public spaces, and more. During the assessment, we also identify partner companies and urban planners, as well as stakeholders who would like to contribute to the initiative's success. And with partners on board and funding secured, a comprehensive proposal is developed, including detailed plans, timelines, budget estimates, and potential outcomes. This final proposal is then presented to relevant city officials, who we ask to implement the proposal and support us in the project as a community partner. Once approved by city officials and with their support, the project moves into the implementation phase.
For no cost, underprivileged students around the world are provided with remote workshops focused on urban planning and design thinking. In these programs, students not only gain a strong understanding of the fundamentals of sustainable infrastructures and communities, but they also develop crucial soft skills and best practices that will give them an academic and professional edge later in their lives.
Subscribers can submit articles that may be featured in the News and Views section of our website, and they can use this to connect with like-minded individuals passionate about similar topics and with common goals. We also have resources for planners and community engagement professionals that outline tips for inspiring youth. Thanks to sponsors, all of our programs are free for everyone. All you have to do is subscribe. Our city aims to reach all of those who can contribute to a sustainable future for the development of the city. But we specifically wish to build confidence in the younger generation so they can build their voice up and advocate for their ideas. We also targeted our website to sponsors as they are a great source of support for nonprofits like our city. Next, we'll be doing a little demo of our website. When you open our website, you're greeted with a mailing list. For the purpose of this demo, this pop-up can be easily dismissed, but it allows users to subscribe to our site and read our articles, join our workshops. This feature utilizes the Google Sheets API and stores the inputted email and the date of subscription on a Google Sheets file. If you exit it, on our home page is the title of our website, along with a brief introduction to the purpose of our city so viewers know what our page is about.
Yeah, and underneath that button, that leads to our innovation form, which viewers can fill out to pitch their ideas to improve their cities. This button is placed right under the top of the main page, so it's easier for our audience to find out and fill. Within the page, there is a brief description of why our viewers should fill out the form and what the form is for. In terms of code, the drop-down options are created using a select component from Chakra UI. The value and on-change properties are used to manage the selected value and handle changes in the dropdown, allowing users to choose from a predefined list of options. The ability to switch between video and text inputs are implemented using conditional rendering based on submission type and state in our code. So when the user select on video, an input field for uploading videos is displayed, and with text, a text box is displayed. And so back to the home page, there is a section explaining what we do at our city, with buttons leading to more information for each section. And right below that, we have our news and views section. So when the buttons are pressed, an article pops up with an AI-generated text as a placeholder, but would hold articles and subscriber contributions we've chosen. And before reading the articles, the viewers will be prompted with the sign up input again, and they would have to subscribe in order to read our articles. And at the bottom of our homepage, we have our team. And right underneath that, we have our footer with links to our email and social media. At the top of our main pages, workshops details the toolkits we have and the workshops we will be hosting. To name a few, as mentioned earlier, the Youth Engagement Planning Toolkit to help planners inspire youth, the City Building Workshops, which is an intro workshop to urban planning and design thinking, and the Livable Neighborhoods Workshop, which researches and evaluates strengths and weaknesses of local neighborhoods. And underneath that, we've also created a calendar where we will list upcoming workshops and a mock schedule of what the programming will look like for the year ahead. And now on to the About page, which basically displays the goals and purpose of our city in further detail. And the Sponsors page, which highlights our sponsors and benefits received by becoming a sponsor, which include positive brand awarenesses, introduction to new audiences, and to help sponsors stand out against competitors. And finally, we have frequently asked questions, which answer any questions youth engaging with our website that people may have. In terms of like the process within creating our web app, We used Figma to visualize our website in its early stages, and to build our website, we used React, a front-end framework, which allows parts of the web page to be turned into reusable components, and it makes it more efficient to reuse code across your website. For the backend, we use Next.js, a React framework, and finally, to style our website, we use Chakra UI, which is a React library that comes with its own components.
In the aspect of business and marketing, our city strategy is a well-structured journey toward success. To begin, we will seek donations from users and subscribers where they have the option to donate through a secure online portal to contribute to a project or initiative that a youth has started. We would also partner with like-minded urban development organizations to secure a revenue stream, and so both organizations are able to also reach a wider audience in that way. Some of these companies would include Ontario Professional Planners Institute, Future Cities Canada, and more. We would also seek to use app advertisements and government grants. For in-app advertising, we can make between 10 cents to 30 cents per thousand views, and we would also use fundraising campaigns, grants, and sponsorships targeting organizations aligned with the cause. Some of these grants could include the Canada Media Fund, the Low Carbon Innovation Fund, and the Green Investment Fund, and we can get an estimated $500,000 in grants. For marketing, we would make use of social media because it's going to be the prime platform where we plan on sharing exciting news, updates, and developments, and on Instagram and social media, we would collaborate with other nonprofits with a common vision. We would also hold contests and competitions for youth to get engaged and incentivize them to really get involved in our various projects and initiatives. We would also use SEO optimization to really have a presence on Google with effective strategizing and using the algorithm to boost our site visits. We would also have constant website maintenance alongside advertising to attract our target demographic. And this website, with the use of ease, which we emphasize, will intrigue youth to get involved, and also catch the attention of city officials, organizations, or other professionals who want to support these innovative ideas.
Finally, we have the next steps that we look forward to implementing in the future for our web app. Some of these goals that we have include making our website more responsive and accessible for viewing on different platforms, such as those accessing the website from a mobile device or an iPad. We plan to boost our number of subscribers to 100 in the first 6 months after launching through subscriber-exclusive workshops and premium access to content like our news and views articles. Of our subscribers, we have a target for 10% to be volunteers who would attend and support workshops and our other events, as well as any projects led by youth in their community. We also look forward to creating a Hall of Fame section that highlights individuals who have made significant contributions to sustainable city initiatives. We will also implement a voting feature where, among the ideas shared, those that are voted the highest will rise to the top, ensuring that more community-backed ideas are seen by our audience. And finally, we will host outreach programs with schools, starting with the GTA, with workshops and sessions outlining how youth can get involved. This will be through webinars, panel discussions, and tours of buildings and architecture, exemplifying the principles of effective design and sustainable urban planning. Before we conclude, we would like to also thank everyone who facilitated and coordinated the Stemming Up program, especially our coaches and our coding trainer, who were there to provide meaningful feedback and answer our questions during every step of the process. They were a huge part in allowing us to make our final product what it looks like today.
Yeah, and to conclude, through our city, our mission is to embody the force of change driven by collaboration, innovation, and the dynamic spirit of today's youth. Through unwavering determination, creative brainstorming sessions, and hours of debugging, we have successfully created a web app that empowers users to pioneer sustainability transformations within their communities. Moreover, we've established a vital platform designed to dismantle obstacles that hinder young visionaries, providing them with resonating voices. As we venture forward with our platform, we hope to reshape the future landscapes of our cities, harnessing the potential of every individual to build a more sustainable and harmonious world for all. Thank you.
I love that. The first thing that I want to call out is that everything was very, very well planned. Like the presentation was well planned, the videos for your missing teammate were well planned, the MVP was well planned, and your business plan was well planned. Like it was all very, very intentional, and I really, really like that. One of the main things I have to call out is I feel like there's like a lot of text on every single slide, and at times like the context switching was a bit confusing. So like there were certain slides where I was legitimately trying to read the text and I couldn't because the text is too small because there's too much text. And then it was kind of difficult to understand your point because I was trying to read and listen at the same time, and then I understood nothing. But still, like, I still feel like you communicated well about like all the different aspects, and it was still like very evident that it was very well planned. And if I had to ask a question, I remember very distinctly you mentioning something about like connecting youth to city officials. How do you plan on, I guess, like getting retention from those city officials, if that makes sense? Because city officials change often. How do you like ensure that they're on board to listening to the youth through your platform?
I think we mentioned in one of our marketing plans that one of the steps that we take to approve the form ideas is first pitching those same projects to the city officials. So that's where we would get their support and like pitch to them the ideas that are submitted through our website.
And by city officials, like which types of city officials did you mean?
For the form, there's a drop-down menu. It's like whichever city official would fit in the category that they've listed that they want to target with their form.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First of all, what a beautiful note to end on. So thank you so much for that lovely pitch. I really have to commend you for the completeness of what you built. This is a very short time to build so much. And when you were giving your demo, it was clear that you really focused on getting the functionality complete on your website before getting too into the content. And so you used a lot of placeholder content. I think that's great because that can come, but first you need the working website, and you had that. All those features were there. Those forms looked like they were able to be submitted. So that's really exciting to see. Congratulations on accomplishing that. Some areas to improve, just building off a bit what Ariba said. There was so much information in your pitch, and I love to see it because I can tell how excited you are about what you're doing. But when you're giving a pitch to someone, really challenge yourself to think about what is the most important information that this group of people needs to hear to be invested in what I'm doing. Sometimes it's nice to leave some to the imagination, and we can contact you after, we can ask you questions, better than overwhelming with all of the content on those slides. And I honestly didn't read the content on the slides because I wanted to hear your beautiful voices. I wanted to hear what you had to say. And so that's where my focus was for most of the pitch. But now I feel like you need to send me those slides so that I can go read them all because there was just so much. And finally, I will end with a question. So you talked about your marketing strategy for youth and doing outreach programs through schools, which I think is very smart. I'm curious how you would get buy-in from the schools to actually highlight your program and give time to your program. Like, what would your pitch to the schools be?
To get students involved with the schools, a main portion of our advertising and like the functionality, I guess, and like the way that our platform works is a lot of the sponsors. So the sponsorship is something that we prioritize in terms of like also in terms of advertising as well. But with schools, I feel like that's something that we will have to think about later. Right now for youth, something that the way that we want younger people to be more engaged is more of social media platforms. And I think that's where we more focused on in terms of like advertisement and getting youth engaged onto our platform. So with that, we talked about like maybe creating short videos on like TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, just getting like young people engaged. And also if you think about like the system of like climate change and like the protests and everything that go on, you see that young people are mostly in charge of all of that, so they have more of that determination within them. So that's kind of where we want to highlight our advertisement, and that's how we kind of want to engage everyone to get into our platform.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.